Yo, what is going on YouTube? Radar 25 here with another video. Today we're going to have our takeaways, 5 takeaways from Monday Night Raw in an empty arena at the Performance Center from March 16th, 316 day. Stone Cold Steve Austin on the show. Radar 25, co-host Mike, Frontomania, whatever goddamn name he has made up for today.
What up, Mox from the 4K studio?
So we're going to get into this video. Before we do, I want to remind you guys, drop a like on this video, drop a like on previous videos, hit the subscribe, notification bell, hit all that stuff so you guys are missing nothing and you're keeping up to date with everything. With the crazy, crazy time we're having right now in professional wrestling, especially on the WWE side. So let's get right into this video. 5 takeaways from Raw from March 16th, 316 day. Okay, guys. Show started off with Edge, do a cutting a promo. But before we get into that, we're going to drop the shit that sucked. And the shit that sucked is the announcement that WrestleMania will no longer be taking place at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, but now will be taking place at the Performance Center, just like Raw and SmackDown have, with an empty arena. So it's going to be a long show with no crowd.
Quiet show.
Yeah. I'm assuming they'll cut some matches out and some storylines won't make the show, some of the non-important ones, but we'll probably have just the main matches on the show.
Yeah, and it's not like SmackDown has much going for it storyline-wise. Only a couple of matches that are going to be on there anyway. Like, they might have to get rid of the whole the whole Battle Royal thing, any meaningless tag team match, stuff like that. They're just not going to need. They're going to have to, because it's hard to watch 2-3 hours of no crowd wrestling, and to have that a 5-hour show. I mean, it's torture. No one don't want to watch that.
So that's the shit that sucked, guys. The fact that WrestleMania is going to take place in an empty arena, it's going to be a weird one. And it sucks for the talent that won't get their WrestleMania moment in front of all the fans and have all that glory. But, it's still going to be there. It's still something to watch. So with the times that we're having right now, it is what it is. So jump right in. Raw, empty arena, again at the Performance Center. Edge opens the show, cuts a really, really good promo. This is takeaway number 1 of the show. And it was a really good promo. It benefited from there being no crowd reaction and no crowd there, because he was able to just, head to head with the camera in front of him and really get those crazy eyes that Edge gets and go from there. But it was a really good promo.
Yeah, it was really intense. I like the fact that they had the whole little surprise where it was Beth came in with Randy, was to tell him that he was retired. He was retiring again for a second time.
Retire again, second time.
And like then he RKO'd her, and then that pretty much changed everything. So it's fun. It's an interesting storyline, definitely, with the whole personal vendetta going on and the stories telling back and forth. But yeah, I agree with you with the whole. It actually helped the interview because there wasn't a crowd. Just he was so intense. It looked really, really good.
Yeah, so he challenged Randy Orton to a match at WrestleMania. We don't know that was coming, but the match is going to be a last man standing. Tough match probably going to be a tough match to watch because of the empty arena. Yeah. And stuff
every match is gonna be tough.
Yeah, but that one more in general because you have stipulation, crowd involvement with the count and the hardcore matches. The weapons they'll probably use and stuff like that. So it may get hampered by that. But guys, that's takeaway number 1 from the show. The next segment, which takeaway number 2, was Undertaker coming out to the ring with Jerry the King Lawler in the ring.
Really fast, too. I've never seen his entrance.
Yeah, he didn't have the slow walk, and he just had a skull cap on and, his tank top singlet taken down. So he came out to the ring really fast. He walked in. It was supposed to be a contract sign, and he flipped the table. And it was so quiet that I had no idea what was happening, right? Yeah. Like, I didn't even notice that there wasn't a contract on the table. And he came in and flipped everything. Went to commercial, came back, and he was still standing in the ring. Here comes AJ on the screen, and then AJ says that he has the contract in the back and the binder. He signs it, and then he has the OC take out the binder to Undertaker in the ring,
which was pretty funny. Yeah, it was definitely funny because they were like, "Come on, man, you go," and they're like, "All right, Luke, you go," and then like, "Nah, I ain't taking that. And then he just like, "Bomb! All right, both you motherfuckers go," and it was cool, and they were just worried, and all of a sudden the lights turn off, and Taker goes. Ends up right behind the OC, so it was pretty good, and he cleared house.
Yeah, this was hurt a little bit because there was no crowd, so it needed more crowd reaction. Because Undertaker didn't say a word the entire time, so I think the no crowd hurt this a little bit just because it was so quiet, and the commentary team was quiet too during the majority of it. So that hurt it.
Again, it's just like you're used to watching wrestling with the crowd and excitement and buzz, and like just the crowd adds so much to it that you forget they're even there, but it's an important part of the show. Just they are the show basically a lot of the times. But I did like again the whole Michelle McCool thing being thrown in there, just getting the personal thing. It's something different with Taker. I didn't really love it last week, but this week it just it's a new layer with Taker. There's
Yeah.
enough hellfire and brimstone.
Yeah.
Like enough of that.
There's more there now with the character. They're really breaking the fourth wall with it, and showing him as like a regular person. They even showed the pictures of their social media with him and Michelle McCool. So it's something different they're doing. But it was hurt a little bit because it just needed the reaction from the crowd. But nothing you could do about it. The show also had like a 2-hour thing in between where they just showed the Royal Rumble match from 2020 Royal Rumble, which was an awesome Royal Rumble match. Especially the second time you watch it, you're able to see just how good it was booked and how good they made Lesnar dominate the beginning. McIntyre hit him out and get the win and really built up McIntyre. But I just thought it was a really good Royal Rumble match. And it was good to see it again. But, they're trying to fill time because it is awkward. So they only had one match on this entire show. And it was this next match was non-title match, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade. Obviously, Andrade is the United States champion. Title was not on the line. A fine match. Mysterio gets the win. And, that's pretty much it. He wins clean. So I'm assuming both these guys may not be on the Mania show because I think they're going to cut some matches out, and I think these are guys that may be cut out if they don't do a battle royal or something like that. So
unless there's a pre-show, then maybe some guys will be on the pre-show, or him and the whole feud with the whole little Latino crew that's going on there.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll have a match, but other than that, it's on a pre-show. I doubt, like you said, they're going to make this maybe a 3.5 hour show tops. I think WrestleMania. I don't think it's going to be a long one, so guys are going to get cut off. It sucks, but
yeah.
The whole world sucks right now. It just is what it is.
They might do some WrestleMania rewinds maybe to fill a lot of time during the show.
You think they'll just show old matches?
It's a 7 p.m. start, so I'm assuming it's going to run to 10, 11. So it could be up to 4 hours. So maybe they'll cut in some. We'll do some WrestleMania highlights and do something like that. But doing that, I could assume.
All right, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, but you see the way these shows have been, SmackDown and Raw, empty arenas. They're just trying to fill time because it's awkward. But the next thing on the show, and it's takeaway number 3 of the night, was the Becky Lynch promo. She showed up earlier in a big semi truck. Had the man logo and her face on it. So it's kind of reminiscent of something Austin would show up, but Austin with the the monster truck and had the Austin.
Well, any vehicle, he always show up in some type of vehicle. That was his thing.
So she came out, cut a promo on Shayna Baszler. Obviously, another great promo from Lynch. She's knocking these out of the park over and over again. And you can see how much confidence Vince has in her because what she does at the end of the night as well. But just another solid promo from her and straight to the point and just hyping up the match and hyping up the conflict between her and Shayna Baszler and just making it seem more real and more grounded. Yeah,
no, it was good. Becky kills it, man. Becky's the number one star in the company, and she showed it with those promos. They had Shayna in the back, like looking really intense, but I mean, obviously Becky's driving the hype for the match. I mean, she's a hype machine for it. She's doing a great job, and that coming out the truck looking like a complete badass. And she drove a truck. We think she drove a truck, unless they switched places with a driver there, but I believe she drove a truck in herself. But
it could have been pre-taped and you could have switched her out.
Yeah, maybe, you never knows. But it was good. A good intense promo, quick too. It wasn't long. It was quick and easy. Got to the point. Liked it. Becky's the man.
Yeah, she's done a great job. Her promos are off the hook, every single night for the most part, and she's really embraced the character and came into her own and is really just knocking everything she does is solid and it's good. And she's obviously the top star in the company right now.
And I don't think there's any reason. Like, I mean, I know Shayna had a great Elimination Chamber match and made her look super strong, but I really don't feel like they dropped the belt for Becky. I mean, I don't know, maybe, but I think she can have a long, long run and keep it going. She's already had like for a year. Why not have another year? Yeah, I don't know. She's that dominant.
Yeah, let's see what happens with that. But it should be a good match. It was a good promo that gives you even more excited for the match upcoming at WrestleMania, even if it is going to be an empty arena.
Yeah.
Next thing in the show, takeaway number 4 of the night was a Kevin Owens quick promo in the back. Snatched. He's getting a interview by Charlie Caruso. He snatches the mic away from her and pans into the camera pans into his face, and he cuts a promo challenging Seth Rollins to a match at WrestleMania and how fitting it is that it's at the Performance Center and that he vows to make another, memorable, treasured memory at the Performance Center by beating the Monday Night Messiah Seth Rollins in a singles match at WrestleMania.
And
So
it's his whole field advantage. That's what he said. It's like this is where he trained. This was where he grew up in WWE. And a lot of people doubted him when coming in that he wasn't a WWE guy. He wasn't a Vince guy. He wasn't a body guy. And Seth was one of those guys supposedly that said that. So, it's good. I like when they go in the past and bring something back and add more layers to the match. I mean, it should be a great match already.
yeah,
Again, we're going to keep saying this, but the empty arena
yeah.
it's not going to feel like Mania for sure.
Well, I mean, them doing that at the Performance Center kind of plays into some of the guys that are and girls that are there because they were so prominent on NXT and the Performance Center and Full Sail. So it helps the storylines a bit, but it hurts obviously because of the fact that it's empty and you have that going on. But strong promo from Kevin Owens, and I kind of wish they would have had an interaction with him and Steve Austin, just because he keeps using the stunner as his finisher at this point. Kind of wish we had a little bit of a
would have been fun.
Yeah.
It's just I think they were just saving Austin because it was like, there wasn't much going on in the show besides promos. Like if it was a normal show, they probably would have had him maybe show up in the back a couple times,
run into him or something like that. Face to face,
like have some segments. But but what can you do? It's all just it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's not the greatest time in history, but we'll look back at it in a few years and be like, remember that time we were watching empty arenas? Hopefully this never happens again.
Yeah.
This is really bad.
Yeah. All right, guys. So the last thing on the show and takeaway number 5 is Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out to celebrate, 316 Day, which is an unofficial holiday for him and for WWE. And, the promo, the situation, the whole concept of this whole thing was kind of he gets inside the ring, he's drinking. He already starts drinking beer, and he has these little cards like he was on a talk show, and he's talking about what 316 Day is and how it's officially a national holiday, and it was kind of corny, the material they gave him to do. And then we have Byron Saxton at the
cards.
Yeah, they announced desk holding up cards. Like we're giving a rating for each thing he was saying, each anecdote he was saying about 316 Day. So it might have been better if he would have had a crowd to play off of a little bit more. Because they probably just would have said what after everything he said, which would have been fine, which would have been funny. But he improvised just a bit. And he seemed to have some type of fun with it. It's basically all this was trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit, because
that's all they can do.
Yeah, that's all they're trying to do right now is just try to do the best they can with what they have and the situation that they're in, and it's fine. And you get segments like this where they don't go over that well, but just because it's Austin, you give him a pass for it, because he did the best he can, obviously, with what they gave him, the material they're giving him, and it's Austin, so you
and obviously this was announced 2 weeks ago, but before this whole thing blew up the way it did in this country, so it kind of is what it is, and they had it booked already, and that's probably the only reason why anybody even came to watch it. So you had to have him on last. The Byron Saxton thing was all corny. It really wasn't that good.
Yeah.
But then it got better once.
Yeah.
Byron came in.
He brings Byron into the ring to drink beer with him. We all knew the stunner was coming. It's all very set up. The funniest part of this was that when he hits Byron with the first stunner, because he hits 2 of them, he kicks. The kick to the gut is actually a kick to the dick.
Yeah, right in the ball sack.
He kicked him right square in the dick and gave him the stunner afterwards. So that was the funniest part of this entire thing and the best part of it, because he got kicked. Now, Byron Saxton, I give him a lot of credit because he plays that goofy, over the top babyface commentator. Yeah, he plays it very well. I'm not really sure if he's like that in real life. He's obviously a former wrestler.
I think he is, because he's been on I saw a segment on him with what's the show, Road Trip, where they have ride along, where he has a crush on Rock's cousin, Nia Jax. So he has a crush on him, so he always calls her, does weird corny text messages. If you haven't seen it, you should watch the ride along with Nia Jax. And he's super awkward, and even she's like, he's so awkward. That's just
he seems like a strange dude, but he does,
he's a mama's boy or something like that. Yeah.
But I think he plays it up just a little bit more for TV. But he's a former wrestler turned announcer, so he's been there for a while. So good for him. And he got, too bad he got kicked right in the dick and then got
Right.
stunnered.
Like, I mean, it's been a while since Austin hit a stunner, so his leg
Yeah,
wasn't getting
he
up
didn't
as
he
much.
didn't get high enough.
And
So he
now,
does this, and then here comes Becky Lynch. Obviously, they have the show Straight Up Steve Austin. If you haven't watched it, had a few episodes in season 1 on USA Network, basically like an interactive talk show. And he had
but
Becky Lynch on there.
yeah,
And
but the
she
way
stunted
Becky
him.
got in the ring, but the way Becky got in the ring too,
Oh yeah, she stepped over
on
Byron Saxton,
on
which is
Byron.
funny. Yeah, so kicking the piss out of Byron. But
Yeah,
on that Straight Up Steve Austin show, she was on there. She was interviewed by Austin. She hit Austin with a stunner. So they play into that. They both drink, Broken Skull IPAs. And Byron Saxton gets a second stunner. And then that was the end of the show. I saw that after the show went off the air, the Street Profits came out and they caught stunners as well after drinking beer with Austin. So that was funny. Probably a real cool moment for them because they're probably fans from when they were kids. But it's just, it's always great to see Austin on there. It's his day. It's 316 day in Austin 316. So that's cool and all. But the show was what it was. It obviously would have been better. We all know if it had an arena with full of people and he could have played off the crowd a little bit more. It feels like a waste of Austin, but it can't, you can't really say that just because of the situation they're in. But you see the amount of faith that Vince McMahon has in Becky Lynch to bring her on a segment like that, have her next to a star, the biggest star of all time in Stone Cold Steve Austin, and have her out there, solidifies her even more as the number one attraction in the company, which is good to see. And we'll see how she goes into Mania. But that was Monday Night Raw. I mean, it is what it is. We can't harp on it enough. The fact that these empty arenas are just weird, and we're not really looking forward to Mania, but kind of just to see how it's going to be.
Like, would you rather they suspended it and moved it to another day, or like
it's just at that point, then TV suffers because you've just drawn out these storylines as much as you possibly can to get to the spot.
Yeah, and then what do you do? It's hard. The
wrestling
is hard.
You can't say right now, okay, we're going to suspend it to mid-April because then mid-April comes around and you can't have it. Then what?
Or would you just not have it, like, the NBA is not on, other sports aren't on, maybe just not have it on, and then when you come back, kind of start over? I mean, but nobody knows when we're going to start up again. It's just a difficult situation.
They're a traveling circus, so they have the show must go on at all times, and they just have to do what they can. So it's just one of those things. Now, feel bad for the city of Tampa Bay because of the money that they're missing out on and the influx of just everybody going their tourism and all that stuff and all the money they would have made.
But they might get Tom Brady, so
they might get Tom Brady, so it may work out for them in the end.
They might work out.
Yeah. But guys, that was Monday Night Raw from 316, March 16th, 316 day. It was what it was. Great to see Austin, but it was promo heavy with the Royal Rumble sprinkled in one other match. The promos were well done. That was the good thing about it. And I think empty arenas kind of play better to just a promo heavy show.
Yeah, I mean,
especially if they're intense, one-on-one promos, and I think it works better for them.
And that's why Mania's going to be so weird. Mania's going to be so, because that's not going to be promo shows. It's going to be all matches.
Stuff like that. And longer matches. I thought they're going to be short.
Yeah, it's a pay-per-view, so you have to have pay-per-view long matches.
Yeah.
But it sucks. It's not going to feel like the granddaddy of them all, the spectacle of the immortal, all that crap. It's not going to feel anything like that.
I'm assuming they'll fill it in a little bit with some video packages and maybe other classic matches from WrestleMania. But that's the video for today, guys. We got the Wednesday shows coming up. NXT, AEW is going to be kind of strange too. I want to see what AEW does in this whole light of this whole thing. And we still got one more week until the Blood and Guts, the War Games match is supposed to be. Let's see if they still go through with it. I'm not sure. From what I'm hearing, I'm not sure if they are, if they aren't, if they have enough space to do it. Then we got another empty arena on SmackDown. So weird times, weird wrestling. We just got to get through it and march through until we can finally get back to the good old days of full arenas and regular good old wrestling. So
just get back to normal life, because a lot of us are in quarantine and not being able to go anywhere. It's just it's time. Yeah. Hopefully this doesn't last more than a couple of weeks, because this is rough living.
So
be safe, everybody.
Guys, that's the video. We're out. Hit us up on Instagram, Twitter, links in the description below. Hit us in the comments. What do you guys thought about the show? And what do you guys think about this whole empty arena? And what do you guys think about WrestleMania being held in an empty arena? What they should have done? Or are they doing the right thing? Or they just have no other choice at this point? But let us know, guys. Thanks for watching the video. Tune in Wednesday or Thursday afternoon so you can get our takeaways from NXT and AEW Dynamite. And we're out, guys. But remember, before we leave, if it doesn't work for you, brother, do not do that job.
Later, Marks.